Hello and welcome to another tutorial by WASD Gaming Warehouse. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create a terrain like this. The basic components that I have used to create this awesome terrain is a simple water, basically simple water, a first person controller, 2 point lights and one terrain. So without further ado, let's get on to it. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new scene. The shortcut or hotkey to do this is Control N or Command N if you're on a Mac. But I'm going to do it the easy way. File and New Scene. The next thing we're going to do is go to Terrain, Create Terrain. Then we're just going to put this up to how I like it. You can change your customizations or to the way you like it. But I like it so then I can see the whole terrain. So I'm just going to double click on terrain so then I can see the whole thing here. The next thing I'm going to do is go and set my resolution. So go to terrain, set resolution. So this is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. This is easy to remember because you just simply cancel out all the zeros. So we're just going to change this to 4,000 so that we get 4,000 by 4,000. That means 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers. That's width and length. Also, we will change the height to 1,000. We're not going to change anything else in this tutorial, so we're just going to set resolution. Then we're going to click on terrain again, double click on terrain, and you might think that, whoa, nothing happened, but I changed the resolution. Well, something has happened, so keep that in mind. The next thing we're going to do is click on terrain, and then go to the first option in the terrain script menu, which is raise or lower terrain, and click the big looking brush. You can click anything you like according to your wish, but I would like to choose the big looking circle brush because it'll be easier to use. We're going to increase the size of the brush to 100 and put the opacity to 100. It is already 100 because the last project I was working on was with the customizations of 100 by 100. So now to make some hills, we're just going to paint on our terrain. Easy as that. So the more mountains you have, it'll be cooler. But who cares? It doesn't matter if you make a mistake like this because we are going to lower the terrain. You could always also just undo that thing. So I'm just going to create this passageway here like this. You could make whatever you want, but currently I'm just going to be making this thing like this. So it's quite easy to do, and once you create an awesome terrain, just put it in the comments so then you can just tell the whole world that you actually made something really cool. Or if you want me to look at it and give you some comments or something, just email us or put in the comments and I'll just look into that. So basically in this terrain we're going to be creating now, it's just like basic passageway and like we're going to have water and all that. So just gonna paint little mountains. As you can see here, every time I paint a little bit it increases. Now we're gonna be deleting the first person main camera because we're not gonna be needing that. So we're just gonna increase it in some areas. And yeah, then we're gonna keep it like that and turn to this side and we're gonna paint even more. So this does take a long time, but after you actually like it, it actually looks cool. So yeah. And once you get the hang of it, you'll love it. So it's just like if you're the artistic passion, then I like to do. Then it's easy to do this because you have the passion inside you. So I'm just gonna increase these and it like this so that I can see the front wheel. So if you guys want to know how to like rotate this like this, just hold down the right mouse button and then just rotate. If you want to like get all the overview of all the controls, just go to look at my last like the second video in this series. You'll get them on like a grip on the tools in Unity. So that looks cool for us. Just gonna put like a higher landscape. And the next thing I'm gonna do is create this little passageway between all these little islands. So the first thing we're gonna do is select the middle looking brush and keep both of these to 100. The next thing we're gonna do is hold down shift and paint again. This reduces the level of the terrain. So as you can see, every time I just paint on this, it goes down. So let's just get this. So we're just carving out here. So it's basically carving through the whole terrain. So yep. So we're just gonna keep a random bush. Like we're gonna put bushes in that way too, so it look cooler. And we're just gonna put like random areas with obstacles like that. So it's harder for the player to actually move on it. The next thing I'm gonna do is add another thing over here. Sorry. So we're just gonna paint on this again and come over here. And we're gonna put a dead end about there. So we're gonna create a pond over here. So we're just gonna like cut out that piece. Actually, we're gonna build it here because that saves our time, because the landscape over there is not that big. Just gonna bring that a bit there. Like that. And bring that out like that. So we're just gonna keep it a little bit more, and we're gonna keep it like that. Then we're just gonna put a little hole over here for the awkwardness. So it looks like that. So that's how our terrain will look, but it'll look cooler because this is not really high definition. So once you like go into edit mode, it looks like that. Cool, right? The next thing we're gonna do, so you can just like play around with these different functions like paint height and smooth height, but I'm not gonna be doing that because that just wastes our time, and you guys really don't need to use that because it's not that necessary. So we're just gonna put some textures now, like the fun part, like putting like painting all the grass, not the grass, like the textures. Yeah. So as you can see, I have all these different textures. Unity comes with a bit of textures, like for example, it comes with these things, but those are not really textures for your thing. So I'll tell you where to get the textures. So I'm just gonna close these, and you have to go to help and then go to welcome screen, choose Unity Asset Store, and hopefully my internet will work this time, and it's working. So just wait for that to load, and it just loaded up this page really quickly, and it's connecting. And yeah, so over here we have like the camera part, like these are different things, like different um assets that are like on special and all that. So this is 70% off, so I might be getting that because it looks cool. So just gonna go down to top free, and we're gonna choose terrain assets. So then you can just click on import because it's free. It's from Unity. So I have already imported it, but it's just saying import again. So it's re-download, so I have already imported it. So if the cool thing about the asset store is that you can actually check what's inside the asset. So you have all these bushes, and then you have ferns and grass. Then you have these different textures like snow and like this one. Then you have like Scots pine, like those different trees, tin tree like that. So these are different things that people said. So it's very useful and it's free. That's what Mary Jarvis said. So that's really cool. Uh, so yeah. So let's just close that, and let's close this also. The next thing we're gonna do is add another texture. So I just told you where to get that. So the first texture we're gonna put is sand. So let's choose sand beach and add. So as you can see, it just covered the whole terrain there. It doesn't really look like this because it's not high def, but like once you really like zoom, you can actually see how high definition it is. So just gonna go back out there. So we can add multiple textures, as many as you want. So the next thing we're gonna add is dirt and dirt grass. Just add that, and now we have to like paint it on manually. So by default it still goes onto the sand one. Just click on the other one and then start painting like that. So we're just gonna paint on the some of the hills. So like that. Don't paint it entirely, but if you want you can, obviously, because we're gonna put like grass on top of it. So yeah, so leave some like space for the grass and the sand also, because it's also vital. So just put it like that. So let's put some other textures now. Select and let's choose good dirt. Select good dirt and let's paint on the missing areas of the things we didn't paint. So I'm not gonna paint inside the actual places I'm gonna put water, because there's no need for that. So that looks cool for me. So let's just try to put one more texture on. Let's put grass muddy. Now let's put like a million more, like 3 more textures on. So let's put grass muddy on the sides of these ponds. So let's just put the brush size to about, let's put it to about, yeah, 50. Put it to 60. So then no, actually put it to 50. and just use the pan tool to actually see inside it, and then just start painting. That's one point down. And that's, I think, it. Let's put some green now on it. Just looks like too miserable. So grass hill first, and let's just paint it on top of these mountains. Okay, I'm just going on. I don't know what I'm doing now. Okay, I was just thinking, oh my god, is it upside down? But it's actually not. So just gonna paint on this. Let's put the brush size to a bit higher, and let's just try to finish this off. And now let's put some ice. So just select that and then put ice. Okay, we don't have ice. Let's put snow. So we have snow. I thought it was ice, but it was really not ice. So now let's just select ice and let's paint it on some of these. Let's put the thing to about 40. Let's undo all that. And just paint on randomly. So just gonna, yeah, that looks cool for me. So the next thing we're gonna do is add some trees. So go to the next thing and put edit trees, add tree. Put the bend factor to 1 first, so then it actually bends in the wind. And as you can see with that asset that I just told you to download, hopefully you have downloaded it, it comes with these different things. So let's add a bush first so we can put it next to our thing. So let's add a small looking bush. Let's choose bush 1. Let's put add and let's just paint it on. So be careful, like don't put too many onto your scene. So just actually do that and put some around here. Let's put the thing to about 58. Let's just put it in some random places. Okay, let's put some trees now, actual trees. So let's put the bend factor to 1. Let's go here and let's choose alder. Then just to make this a bit quicker, let's go to terrain. You could obviously like just paint it on by selecting that tree and then just painting it wherever you wanted. But we're just going to put mass-based trees and let's put this to 5000. This basically puts trees everywhere. So as you can see, we have trees basically in random places like that. So it's cool. Now let's put some water. Actually, let's put some grass here. So edit grass texture, and that's the next thing. And then let's just go to this grass 2, add, and let's just paint it on with brush size 100. So you might not, you might think, oh my god, where's the grass? Well, grass is actually there. So They're just gonna paint it everywhere. So that looks cool now. The next thing I'm gonna do is add some water. So let's just go to the assets and type in water, and let's double click on terrain, and let's drag and drop our water over there. And as you can see, it's called Daylight Simple Water. Let's just go to scale and put it to 5000 by 5000. Now that's X and Z. So then let's use this move tool to put it where we want it. So we want it like that. Like that, yeah. And actually, do we want it like that? Yes, we do. Then, so that looks cool for me. Let's put some lighting. So let's go to create in the hierarchy and choose point light. You could also do that by going to game object, create other, and point light. The reason we're going to choose point light is because it's easy. Let's rename this to point man. No, not point man. Let's choose it to point 1. Okay, I put it to point 13. I don't really care. So point 13. Put the intensity to 5000. No, actually, no, that's not the thing I want to do. Intensity, put it to 5. I was mad. Okay, it does range. It is 5000. So it was like that. Put the color to a yellowish color, a creamish color actually. Put the intensity to about. Put the intensity to 2, and move it around there. So let's duplicate this by the point light by putting Control T. Let's name this 14, point light 14, and then let's just move this over here, and let's duplicate the point light 14. I'll put it point light 15, and let's move this point light 15 to about there, and let's duplicate the point light 15 to point light 16, and let's move it over here. So that looks cool for me. So the next thing we're going to do is add our first person controller. So delete the main camera, go to the project and go to first person controller, and just drag and drop this guy onto your scene. So there, double click on it, and as you can see, it's under the actual terrain, so you have to lift it up like that. If you put it under the terrain, it simply just falls under the terrain. So let's actually view this. Actually, I'm gonna put the Daylight Simple Water and move it a bit here like that. Let's actually play this. Now there is gonna be one error. As you can see, that starlight, you can like change it. Let's try to find some water. Actually, I'm just as you can see, every time, every time we go like in front of like close to a tree, it starts a billboard start. As you can see, that just moved a little bit closer to us. So it should jump. As you can see, these trees are like just coming closer to us, like a creepy effect. That is called billboard start. That's basically turning the trees from 2D to 3D. So yeah. So let's just fix it by going to terrain, going to settings, and scrolling down. And as you can see, there's something called billboard start. Put that to 0, and it'll automatically change it to 5. So 5. Now it won't do that. Another thing is when you add your Daylight Simple Water, it will like you will fall underneath the water. like basically I'll just try to show that to you guys. So as you can see, we just were underwater there because I put my thing underwater. So let's just, so as you can see, we're going under the actual water. So let's click on this. Let's go to first daylight simple water, scroll down, put add component, and type in col, not wall, col, and choose mesh collider. You could also choose box collider or sphere. I can't say that really. A collider, as long as it's a collider. Now we just added the collider, so let's just click this, and now let's see whether we actually like fall. So now we don't fall. So now as you can see, we were just underwater there. So I'm just gonna move our first person controller to, so it'll be aware that it actually is there. So then that's cool. So yeah, so we're like that now. So as you can see, the grass is moving in the wind, and it's like a fantasy thing. So we're also underwater there. Let's try to put it somewhere where there's no water. Oh my god. So let's put it on this mountain. So let's just bring that up, and let's let go, and as you can see, it actually does that. So now there's some script called mouse look, and you can put that to any object that actually can move. And in my next tutorial I'll be teaching you how to put physics and all that onto like different objects in your game. And yeah, so that's our terrain that we just created, and if you want to like download this, I'll put a link in the description, so then you can actually download this terrain. So thanks guys for watching this, and please do subscribe to this channel, and comment and like this video. Bye guys, and remember that I'll put a link in the description with this terrain, so it'll be a downloadable file. Thanks guys, bye.